there are probably when I joined Animalz, I'd worked at lots and lots of marketing agencies, and there was a very, very common way of doing things. You would write lots of SEO content, try and rank for as many keywords as possible, and do lots of the traditional marketing things. Maybe you'd have like an ebook that people would hopefully click, and then you'd send some lead nurturing emails, and ideally they would become customers. Um, that doesn't always work so well. I used to run my own agency before Animalz, and we did that exact approach. I wrote articles that were getting hundreds of thousands of visits a month, and for an entire year, we didn't close a single customer because all of that traffic, it just was not the right people we were bringing to the site. It wasn't these executives and senior managers and like really smart people that would have wanted our services. So with that in mind, Animalz has always been the opposite of that. Animalz is kind of the anti-agency agency. Um, there's kind of three pervasive points that underlie how we think about marketing. The first of all is just everything we write, we should be the alpha source of that information. So most of our content marketing is just us documenting the things we know how to do, the experiences we have. Um, Unlike most content marketers, we don't write about things we don't have first-hand experience of. When I was younger, I would write about any topic that had a good amount of search volume, even if I didn't know anything about it. So I wrote loads about like SaaS pricing. I don't run a SaaS company, I never have, I never priced them. All I did was just Google stuff and like mash stuff together. It's not very convincing. We do the opposite of that. So we only write about things we have experience in. That's one really crucial point. We also try to share frameworks instead of tactics as well. The kind of ethos here is that sharing a how to do post is really useful for that one particular process, but sharing the underlying principles that underpin that framework is so much more useful. You can go away and you can apply that to a dozen problems. You can reverse engineer that. You can create your own processes. So a great example, one of our most popular blog posts is about copycat content. And that blog post, if we'd done it the way other agencies have done it, might have been something like 5 tips for writing SEO content that stands out. Kind of interesting, kind of useful, looks a lot like all the other content out there. Instead, what we tried to do was dig deep and understand the core reason, like the first principle why SEO content looks the same. And it's because most companies are using the same data and the same tools in the same way. If you understand that core principle, you can create your own strategies for writing stuff that's different. You don't need our prescriptive 5 tips. And the third thing is we don't really care about traffic. It's a really big deal for most agencies. We want to prove that we can generate traffic for our customers and so on. At Animalz, all we really care about is sales and good sales conversations. So our blog is a lot smaller in terms of traffic than virtually any other content marketing blog out there, like a fraction of the traffic other companies get. But we probably have more deals and better quality deals than those companies. So like thought leadership, it was never like a plan. It was just this emergent thing. We just wrote about the things we wanted to write about, the things we thought were interesting, and that happens to be thought leadership.